Quintessential Quinn, written by Chanel L. Septi, 8th grade from Grissom Middle School. It's been a long week at the summer camp. Quinn had gone because she was currently failing Algebra 1 as a freshman. She only has a week off before she has to go back. To cool down, she went to the library, her safe space and comfort zone, pretty much her second home at this point. When she grows up, she aspires to be an author. Books offer great inspiration. Quinn had recently finished The Song of Achilles, the story of Achilles and Patroclus. From reading that, she found that she actually does enjoy reading these stories. Myths doesn't seem like the right word. Her hand ran up and down the spines of books, skimming the titles. She reached the end of the row and saw a book that caught her eye. It seemed to be calling her name. It grabbed her attention rather quickly, but it made sense. The book was titled Quintessential Quinn. That was a nickname one of her old friends called her. She pulled the book off of the shelf and opened to the credits. For a moment, she thought she was seeing things. Words seemed to form on the page, scrambling together to make words. "You're better than this. You don't need a summer camp," it read. How specific, she thought to herself. It must be some crazy coincidence. In that moment, she heard some sort of shuffling behind her, so she shifted her gaze from the book to the open area around her. Once she made sure that no one was sneaking up on her, she looked back at the book. Quinn gasped upon seeing that the words had changed, forming a new sentence. "Don't look away, Quinn Marie." Her blood ran cold. She almost dropped the book. That was her full first name. No one knew that, though. She slammed the book shut and shoved it back on the shelf, probably missing the spot it was originally in. She didn't know, nor did she care. Quinn didn't look back. With her heart pounding in her chest like a drum, her ears ringing, and goosebumps on her arms, she turned her back and started walking away. Suddenly, every book she looked at was titled the same thing, Quintessential Quinn, over and over again. She started running, not sure where her destination would be, but no longer wanting to stand still. It wasn't until then when she noticed that no one was in the library, not a single soul. She got to the front of the library and her heart almost stopped. There was no door, it was just a brick wall. The light started flickering and she backed into the wall, tears welling in her eyes. Her breathing sped up, becoming rapid. She couldn't tell if she was hyperventilating or not. All she could hear was the sound of her heavy, ragged breathing. The air was very thin. There were no windows at all. Even breathing became difficult. Either she was going crazy or the PA system turned on and someone was talking. For a second, she was relieved to hear someone else's voice, but upon hearing what they were saying, she wanted to throw up. "You're going to be miserable there. You're smarter than this. You know better. Get out." Maybe it was a broken record on repeat. It kept saying the same thing over and over again. She could hear her heart beating in her ears. She was shaking and tears streamed down her cheeks. She bent her knees and sat on the wall, slowly getting closer to the floor until she was fully sat down. She curled up into a ball and pulled at her hair. The girl let a scream out before she heard beeping. She had her eyes shut tight before she opened them to see what the beeping was. Quinn woke up in a cold sweat to the sound of her alarm. It had all been a dream. She never went to the library. She was still at summer camp. She sat up to turn her alarm off and swung her legs off the side of the bed. "Geez, math sucks," Quinn thought to herself before getting out of her warm blankets to get ready for the day.